Since love, wagwan, all them thing there. This video is gonna be my experience on a emotionally draining and manipulative relationship with my ex, who was sent to me by the enemy to keep me down, to keep me in a dark place, to keep me out of my abundance, to keep me out of my energy, just to keep me just at the absolute bottom. Yeah? So, and for fellow like chosen one, star seeds, light workers, blah 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 blah, you lot probably gone through this as well. And I just made this message. I just made this video to get this message out there for those of you who may be going through this, or you may come across someone like this in the future. At least if you come across this video, then you know, no, I need to do the Usain Bolt and get the hell away from this person, because yeah, they're trying stuff. So the info that I found out, it's only happened after I ended up leaving. But all the signs when I was with her were there, and I just wasn't buying into it. So let me give the whole story about this agent of darkness, this little idiot. So me and we first started linking, I'd say 2022, but it wasn't on a relationship thing. You get me? You know, like it was casual, but we would still go out, chill, go places, whatnot. But it wasn't at a relationship level. You know, it wasn't that. To be honest, more from her side, really. You know, but at that time, that like we've seen each other, I'd say for about like a couple months, maybe 2-3 months, and yeah, her personality, it wasn't all that. It wasn't like, it was extremely selfish. It was just about me. Um, but again, I'd say even though it wasn't even a relationship, the reason why I was even around someone like that is because I did not value myself. You get me? The level of value and self-worth that I have now, even compared to 4 months ago, is worlds apart. Worlds apart. So at this time, from like 2022, I had low self-esteem, no real confidence in myself, really, you know, and I was looking for love externally rather than love internally, and I didn't know myself. I was just and I was depressed, stemming from my mum's passing, and yeah, I just didn't see myself, you know. So I was giving people time and giving people my energy that they should have never had it. They should have never had it because they don't deserve it, you know. But me, I was like I'll just grab anything. Especially, and I'm saying, especially when it comes to like women, because I've never been like, I've never had much success with women. You get me? Not really. But I've realized this recently. Rejection is protection. You get me? So it was a good thing that I've never had the success with the women, because it would have mashed me up a whole lot more. But anyway, so I'm so because of that, all of this combined with me getting to the point where I'm like, you know what? Any girl that gives me attention, I'ma just take it. I'm like, cause there's no one else. There's not like, if this girl's into me, I don't know when I'm gonna come across another gal that will be interested in me. So I'ma just hold on to this one. Get me? Even if the apple is on the floor and it's rotten, I'ma still pick up that apple and eat it. Because that's the only apple that's come near me. All the other apples, they're all way up there. They're all far away. There's no apples in sight. So I grab it, you know. That was where I was at that time. So we see each other, selfish, very rare. I'm putting up with it. I don't know myself, very rare. Then it gets to a point where like we stopped seeing each other because like, and she's a bit tapped, you know, crazy, you know. There got to a time when she was at my place. She thought she had one of her rings. She lost it herself in my house and was trying to blame me for it. Talking about, oh, where's it? She started about, where's it? Where's the ring? I'm like, calm down. Calm down, yeah. She had some other rings. Took off one of the other rings that she had, dashed it on the floor. I'm like, what? I don't think it cracked it. It didn't. And then a bit after that, she managed to find her ring, and then she left. And after that, I was done with her. Get me? I was done. I cut her off as that. But like, I hated her. I had genuine hate for her. Again, but now that I think about it, it's a good this is another benefit of me dealing with her the second time, because I don't hate her now. I don't, even with all the stuff I'm gonna tell you lot, I don't hate her. She's a idiot. She's a tapped, lost soul. But do I have that hate that I had for that first time? No, I don't. Like, get me? She's getting dealt with accordingly. So anyway, that happened. Cut, whatever. Now it got to 2023, the end of 2023, November times. She sends me a message talking about, I had a dream about you, you know, a really nice dream, rare. Again, at this sort of time, I've still not come into who I am, you know. As I said, like, the transformation into who I am now, this only happened, I'd say, mid-March. So it's been like 2.5 to 3 months, you get me? So she messaged me that, a dream, rare. And I had an upcoming court case where it was looking like I was gonna go to prison, you know. But again, because of the way that I felt about her and I wasn't attracted to her anyway, she sent me a message. I'm like, whatever, innit? Left it. Went to the court. Blessing Spirit team blessed me. I got away with it. I got a suspended sentence, so I didn't have to go inside. I need to make a whole video about all of that as well, because that's a madness. But so I'm out. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I was fully set that I'm going inside. I sort of felt like I deserved to go inside, but I didn't. Whole next story. So that's why I didn't, because I wasn't meant to go into prison. That's why I did go into prison. Because ultimately, what happened. Anyway, I'm not trying to make the video an hour long and all them things there. So, and I haven't got any water around me, but so it got to January. That's when I had the trial. Beginning of January, got the suspended sentence. Then again, at the time, I don't have any girls around me. You know, me at that time thinking with my lower self, I'm there. I'm like, well, like I don't have much success with women at all. Like, and then I've got this one here who's messaging me, who's like looking like that, like she'll just be on it. She's the easiest one there. She's the only one there. F it. Get me. Let me message her back and link her and just do my little shaboink boinks. You get me? And then just keep it at that sort of level. Get me, yeah? So that's what at the start happened. Get me? So I messaged her at the end of January, and then that's when all that started. Then my mindset was like, it's just on a linking thing. Say in a relationship, I don't want to get in a relationship. Boom, bam, bing, tang, ting. So gets to like February, gets to March, and then she starts to like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird, like, cause it's like, and this is a lesson. Be careful, because you'll start linking someone thinking that you just wanna just stay on just a linking thing, and then you just get sucked in, and before you know it, boom, it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. So it got to like March and that starts like, then she starts to get like push it like, oh, you know, at the start I just want the casual thing as well, but I wanna look about getting into a relationship where I'm adamant at that time, I'm not ready for that. I don't want that right now. Not because I was linking other girls and whatnot. I just didn't want that. I just didn't want to be tied down. I just didn't want to feel that see my hands is doing it, that restriction. You get me, you know? So I just wanted to be free. You get me? If I did want to go out there and go do things, then I could. If I didn't want to message her for a few days and feel no way, I could. You get me? Like all the things that, because with me, when I do relationship, I do it good and proper. I don't do no little relationship, but yeah, I'm still moving like I'm single. No. If we're in a relationship, I'm all the way in the deep end with it. Everything. So I wasn't ready for that. I didn't want that, especially not with her, even though I was still linking her at that time. No. Anyway, it goes on a few more months. Gets to like April, May, and then I end up going, you know what? Like, I just fell, I fell into it. I fell into it, you know? And next thing I knew, we were together, you know? But it's mad because we were together, but it's like it's like I still wasn't sure. Like, it's like, all right, I'm committing to her, but is this what I really want? It sort of felt like I got pulled into it. You get me? You know, again, as well, another big thing that played a massive part in all of this confusion and mental thing and rare is weed. Weed. She bun bare weed every day. She had weed there, and I was smoking a lot of it with her as well. And weed clogs your mind. It doesn't make you think clearly. It just makes you just wanna, you know, like, I'm just gonna chill and especially like with me, I got into the habit of it. So I got heavily addicted, especially when I was around her. You get me? You know, so like I'm just there, just bunning, and then so with the bunning weed every day, yeah, I'm not able to think clearly. And it's mad. Every time I left hers and let's say I'd be at my house, away from her for a couple of days at least, and I'm not smoking, that's when I start to think clearer and clearer. That's where my strength comes in. Because another thing with me, like when like I was smoking, I was very passive, very weak. You get me? Like the strength to say no, or like to speak my truth, to speak my voice, it was heavily dampened because of the weed. So like I was just moving weak. You get me? Gal saying this, and I'm just there like I'm just taking it because the weed made me weak, a weak person. You get me? So that's why, that's part of the reason why when she's all like pushing the let's be together, I'm not pushing back, being adamant. No, I am not ready. I don't want this. No. Yeah, you either wait or you go elsewhere. But I don't want this yet. I'm not 100% sure that I want this yet. Therefore, we're not doing that yet. No, I just you get me? I just went with it. And then something else that happened, she ended up getting pregnant. That happened a bit early on as well. So through that, feelings started to develop for her, and I found myself not even hating her. Like, and I even told her, like, you know, the first time that we were dealing with each other, I hated you, you know, like because of the way it ended, I hated you. Every time I thought about it, I was like, fuck that dumb bitch. Like, I hated you. You get me? And then it's mad how it turned round to where I loved her. You get me? You know? But yeah, she got pregnant, and it was a miscarriage. I was there with her throughout the whole thing, as I felt was my duty, you know. It was two of us, you know. So yeah, so all of that like happened and that. And then and I'm gonna say it, I think it got to like June, and this girl that I spoke to in the middle of the period where I was first dealing with her back in 2022, and then I didn't deal with her. After that, like it was like around, I think it was around the same. So, was it around the? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was the year before that. Yeah, I think it was. Mad. But yeah, in the in that in between period of me not dealing with my ex, this other girl, like we started talking and whatnot, but nothing really happened from it. She messaged me, and this was like around June and that, and I went to see her, and I slept with her. I did, I did, and I knew, part of me knew what I did was wrong, cause I could feel it. Like I'm all walking to a place, and I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like, I felt like burdened. You get me? But my mindset was, and it comes down to my own weakness. The burden, that the way I felt was, I got into a relationship with my ex when I didn't feel ready. I felt like I just got pulled into it. Again, there's no I got pulled into it. It's up to me, as I said before, to voice and stand my ground. Be like, no, but I was weak. So at the time, I tried to rationalize it as like because I didn't even fully commit to her. Like, I didn't even say to her like we're fully doing it. But the thing is, the way that we were moving was like we was in a relationship. Like we were in a relationship, but it just wasn't said. That's how it was up to the point of when I slept with this other girl. You get me? Like we both knew we were together. We just never said those words. Get me? So in my mind, I tried to rationalize it like that. And yeah, when I slept with her, and then yeah, man, I was gonna tell her at some point. Again, at some point, look at me. But this is how I was then. And she actually ended up finding out the very next day. The very next day. I think like, I don't know, I can't remember how, like, she called me or something. She's like, oh, like, she knew or something like that. And then I just confessed, and just said, yeah, I did what I did at very rare. I explained my reasons as to, like, I felt like I just weren't ready for a relationship, and, I didn't, but I felt like I was pulled into it. Anyway, I'm not trying to get into this whole long video about me explaining my effort, but I just voiced how I felt. But after that, based on how she felt as well, I was like, alright, no, listen, like, it's me and you for sure now. Like, I'm saying it. Like, that was that. It's me and you. Yeah? And even at this point, even after that, I still had a bit, like, something in me from the whole time that we started to link her was like, don't trust this woman. Don't trust her. Something's off. And I would even tell her, like, I can't lie, like, another reason why I don't really want to commit yet is because there's something about, I just don't trust, because I'm very straightforward, I'm very open, like, I'll speak it. So I was like, I don't trust you. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't trust you. I feel like you're being a bit, like a bit fake, or like you're like hiding something, or rare. So I'm not ready to commit. And then she would go on, well, it's been 3 months. It's been 4 months. It's been 5 months. Like, if I was being fake or whatnot, then you would obviously see it by now. It's been 4 or 5 months. Which I would say to her, there's people that go be fake towards people for years. They have a mask on to people for years, and they don't find out. So, and then I remember when I said that to her, she was like, it's true. But anyway, after me sleeping with that girl, I was like, no, like, let me fully commit. It got to even though I still had doubts, I was like, no, like, let me go. In the midst of all this, burning hella weed, very, very depressed as well. My depressive episodes, like, got even more worse. The times where, like, I was like, because she in herself is a suicidal person. Like, she's like, oh, I don't want to be here. Oh, I've got a suicide kit. Oh, I've got nothing to live for. Oh, I just wake up to go work and come home. I don't have no friends. Very, very, very rare. She's the type of person that takes no accountability for her actions, and the type of person that doesn't see the blessings that's all around her in that I've got a roof over my head. I've got good health, etc. Because these things, these small things, these perceived small things are major blessings. Having a roof over your head is a major blessing. Having food and water is a major blessing. Having health is a major blessing. These are the biggest blessings that we can have, but we overlook them. You get me? So she had enough blessings and that, but she was just like, oh, like, the world, why is my... She's one of them people where she blames the world for her life, not taking accountability for her own actions and not realizing that the power to change her life lies entirely with her. And from when she learns to take accountability for herself and put in the necessary actions to elevate herself, then her life will improve. And throughout, even through the periods where I was depressed and that, I was still saying these sort of things to her, you know. But so her being depressed and suicidal, me being depressed and suicidal, it was not a good mix. I tell you that. Boy, like it was a good mix in terms of like we like vibed, we got along and had a lot of good times and that. But like it was mad. Like we brought each other down. But I'm gonna get to more into like, you know, it's a long video, but I'm gonna get more into like how it wasn't a thing that we were bringing each other down. She was bringing me down, and it was by design, on purpose, with her demons. You get me? But again, all of this stuff, I don't know at this point. I don't know this. So there was a few times where I was like, and she's even there. I'm like, I wanna die. I'm tired. It's like I wanna die. Like hella depressed, you know. And there were a few times where I'd be like, you know what, like we can't do this, because she would like there was one time where she was pregnant, because she got pregnant a second time, and had some argument, yeah, and she tried to go, I'm leaving and I'm not gonna make you see your kids, yeah, and I'm gonna deal with this by myself, deal with the pregnancy by myself, yeah, and try leaving that. She ended up having a miscarriage, so that didn't happen. But she was like, "Oh, I was just joking. Like, I just said that because I was upset. I just said that because I knew that would hurt you." And it's mad because I was like, "Nah, like, cut her off." But I was conflicted. I was like, I did, because like my heart was open and all them thing there. So it's like my head is saying, cut this person off and don't look back. My heart saying, yeah, but you know, and like again, all this stuff that I found out after I didn't know. So I'm like, oh, but you know, like I felt like I could elevate her. I felt like I could help elevate her, like I could help save her or some like stuff in it. You get me? You know. So I felt like no, like, and it's mad. There was a time when like she was gonna leave and that, and it was at that period where I'm like, stay, leave, whatever. And I saw on one of my monitors and that, it had 222. You get me? And I took that for, you're doing the right thing here. You are doing the right thing. Yes, cut her off. Say no. Don't talk to her again. Leave her alone. Don't get back with her. You're on the right track. Because it was right when we were literally talking and saying like, I'm like, nah, like I can't do this, like I'm not on this no more, rare. And then I looked and I saw 222. Like, yes, you're doing the right thing. Yes, stay strong, you're doing it. Look. What happens? I caved in. Hey, I was hard of hearing. Caved in. So got back with her again. And there were a few other like cycles of this, of me like being like, I'm like that, just because this I'm like I'm up front, so I'd be like to her, listen, like I don't think I want to be with you, you know, like I'm too much on myself. Like I just want to do, and it wasn't lies. Like, oh, it's about me. No, that's how I am. Like I'm just very to myself, you know. And I felt like I had to be to myself. So I was like, no, like I don't think this is gonna work. And as well as that, I didn't want her to feel like she's with someone that wasn't 100% sure about being with her. But it's mad because I tell her all of this thing, yeah, and she would even say that to me that you don't want to be with me, do you? And I'm like, I do, but I'd like very. So she knew that I wasn't really. I wasn't sure. Again, the reason why I'm not sure is because a major reason. The number one reason is because I was smoking so much weed. So I'm not able to think clearly. Every day I'm smoking bare weed. So I'm not able to sit down, think clearly, and come to a decision. Yes, no, I'm done, and stand on business. As I said, the weed, it made me weak. Weak, So she was fine with me being like, I'm not sure, you get me. So then, as I said, couple more cycles of me like pulling away a bit, and then going back in, pulling away, going back in, and then we had some arguments a couple times, and like I'm like, all right, no, this is the last straw. I'm done, and it's mad because even after the time where with the whole baby thing, I said to her, listen, if there's any other mess up from you, I'm gone for good. There were a few more mess ups, and I'd still go back. Another thing, and this is something that even to this day, I'm not sure how she done. Even though, like, I mean, I've not got confirmation from her directly, but I told her about my very first ex and how she broke my heart, yeah. And she done some whatever FBI investigative searches, found one of my first exes, not this ex that I was talking of, not the one, not my very first one that effed up my heart at the time, but she found the one that was after that, yeah. Message her, was talking with her, and then come back to me talking about, oh, how I'm a liar, and how you said that this one cheated on you, and that this one broke your heart, but I spoke to her, and she said that that's lies, rare, 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 rare. And I'm like, wait a minute, so how did you find her? Why are you doing this FBI search thing? What's going on? So again, that's another major red flag right there. She's going behind my back, speaking to exes that was years before we even spoke. Yeah. Believing what they're saying over what I'm saying. She believed that the stuff that I was saying about my first ex, and no, it wasn't even about that. My bad. It was about this ex that was around me when my mum passed away, and how that ex done some demon stuff. You get me? Cheated. Thought she was there when my mum passed away. All there in the same room. You get me? Making me think that like we're together. I remember even with that girl, she even said like I wanna be with you, you know, even though that was at first just a linking thing, but she was around me a lot, and she was even very coming around my mum a lot when my mum was in the hospital. Like she was always there and that. So I'm like, maybe there's more to this girl. Like maybe this girl is a real one, So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's commit. Let's be together. She was there when my mum passed. All of that. Day before my mum's funeral, find out that she was cheating, and that she told next man to tell me that she didn't want to see me. All of this the day before my mum's funeral. All of this stuff. Anyway, get me. So I told this ex about what that demon did, yeah? And she thought that the girl that she went to see was something else. I'm just seeing two little birds. You get me? I don't know if they're monitoring or if they're, but yeah, they proper just came into the garden. Mad thing. Two of them, mad thing. They trying to distract me. I think they are. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm gonna keep this going. Maybe they're trying to pre. They're doing some flipping, some divination tactics. You get me, to try to see, because they obviously can't come inside the yard. The yard's too protected. Get me with the family. Anyway, 35 minutes long. I hope the battery stays. I don't know. But anyway, so got to so that was another flag, yeah. Again, still stayed whatever, yeah. And then it got to March now, yeah. February. This February just gone, yeah. This year, yeah. And I was like, no, this is when I had the strength to stand on business, and I was like, no, I'm just keeping it up front. Like, I feel like I'm being called to action, and this doesn't align, like me being with you, it doesn't align with that. Me being in a relationship, it doesn't align with that. I don't even feel like I want to be in a relationship, which is how I felt the whole time. And she knew this. I was like, yeah, like I don't want to be in one. And I remember, even though I was very conflicted, I was still like, I'm doing what I feel I must, not what I want, you know. But she was trying to hit me with the emotionally manipulative guilt trips, talking about, oh, you are giving up on me, you're giving up on us, oh, you're gonna leave, rare. And she's been trying to guilt trip me from the months, because remember, like, she said that she's got a suicide kit. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, if I leave her, then she's gonna commit suicide. Again, trying to put further guilt trip and burdens onto me, yeah. So I'm like, listen, like, you do what you do. I'm just keeping it real, keeping it honest, keeping it up front. I can't do this. Wish you the very best on that. But with the emotionally manipulative tactics that I've seen, all that was doing, and I'll tell her, all these tactics you're doing, they're just making this decision easier for me. They're making it easier. Like, it's not doing the effect that you think it should be doing. It's not reeling me in back to you. It's pushing me further and further away. Get me? And I cut off, and I was like, boom, I'm done in it, yeah. She tried to say, oh, you are gonna get karma for this. You know, like, you know, the 2 weeks, horrible, rare, like, twisted, tapped, yeah. So, because this is something that I do a lot. After something happens, I do a lot of reflecting, and especially since, because after dealing with her, I haven't smoked weed. I haven't smoked weed at all. You get me? I've broken that attachment, gone completely. I have not smoked. I've not even drunk any alcohol. You get me? And I used to drink a lot with her. Used to smoke weed a lot with her. I've not done neither for months. You get me? So and it's gonna continue like that, you know. But the reflections that I had, I was like, why does she always bring weed when she knows that I don't want to smoke weed? Because there was this time, which was again in March, where we was going to a event, and she knew at this time, listen, I don't want to smoke weed. She knew from months ago, from even last year, I don't want to smoke weed. I want to stop because it's keeping me down. It's not making me be active and chase my goals, and all of this is just making me into a weak bum. And I don't want this. You get me, yeah? So, ended up going to a event, yeah? What does she bring? She brings weed. And a part of me is like, yeah, she's... Because I even asked him, like, why did you bring weed? She's like, oh, because I thought that you would want it. What do you mean I would want it? She knew that I'm trying to stop. She's seen across the months, and yeah, the months, because it wasn't even a year, but the months that, no, it was a year because of March. Yeah, that we've been speaking and dealing, that what the weed does to me, and I don't want it, and I'm trying to be clean from it, and she still went out of her way to bring the weed back to me, because she knew that even though I was at that time where at first I was like, no, I am not gonna smoke it, like you can have the free spliffs and that. What would happen a lot, when I get around it, I would partake in it. And that's what happened. And she knew that would happen. So I ended up smoking some. And yeah, that would happen a lot, you know. I just didn't have that strength to. There was this one time for like, I think it was like a week, where I was around her a lot, and I had the strength to not be interested in it in the slightest. Even the smell of it, it made me feel sick. Yeah, but that was only one time, and that was a week period. But after that, like, I stopped dealing with her, I stopped seeing her, stopped talking to her. This was like the beginning of March, yeah. So again, as I said, I'm doing reflecting. Why the weed? Why? Anyway, I start getting involved in tarot. Start watching these tarot videos, tarot channels and that, yeah. And they were giving me confirmations to things that I had already knew. Yeah, because that's mainly all of what it was. It's stuff that I already knew, but I just needed the confirmation, or the, oh yeah, and then to add up the pieces, to just connect the dots that were already there, to put the to put the Jenga pieces together, so the tower, you get me? So the reason why is because she was an agent. She was sent by the enemy to keep me down. As I said at the start of this long ass video, boy, trust me. If you do what to do, trust me, it's long for me. I ain't got no water. Agent, yeah. Keep him smoking hella weed. Keep him down. Keep him not in his abundance. Keep him not having no money. Because even all this time that I'm with her, you know, I was broke a lot of the time. Some of the time I had money, but a lot of the time I was broke. And it's like she didn't care. And she was like, no, like I'll pay for that. I'll pay for that. And I'm like, I'm not about that. And that's not who I am as a man. I'm not on this sponging off thing. So it's making me feel hella away. You get me? Bare times where she's like, oh, I'll pay for that. I'm like, no, like I'd rather have no food at my house than be trying to ask you for money all of the time. Like no, bun that. I'll starve. That's how I am. Like, I'm very independent. You get me? But she was fine with that, and that's the reason why, because she was sent to keep me down, just spend money on him, just keep him broke. Because if he's out and making money, he's got his independence. We don't want that. Yeah. So keep him smoking the weed. Keep him depressed. Another thing as well, yeah. And this is something else that again I found out after, and I was like, raw. So the demons were attached to her, yeah. There was a few times where when I'm at her place only, this happened when I'm at her place, yeah. And she had an evil eye amulet, yeah. But the thing is, it's good for attracting spirits, but if you don't cleanse it, then it turns bad. It turns into a negative thing. By the way, there was a few times when I'm at her place, and I would get heavily depressed. But as I said, I've been suffering from depression from when my mom passed away back in 2018. So so up until last year, when I'm feeling all this depression at her place, I know what being depressed is. I've got years of experience of the signs, of the triggers, of how it feels, how it makes me feel. Now, when I'm at her place, there's a few times where the feeling of depression was so intense. I'm like, no, this isn't from me. This isn't from just me. This is from some higher, some demon or something. It's been put onto me. It's not from my own depression. It's been put onto me. Because there were times where I feel like absolute and I'm in the midst of it, and I'm able to feel, I'm like, I like this level of feeling depressed just for no reason. And I could feel it was external. It wasn't internal, it was external being put on me. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's this? What's going on? At first I thought that because she was living somewhere where there was this really tapped guy, tapped out his mind guy, yeah. At first I thought that it was him, or that there were negative spirits attached to the house. And that's what it was. No. It was demons that were attached to her. And it very well could have been her negatively putting her projections onto me. Because I'm smoking weed, I'm open. And because I'm in a room with her and she's feeling how she's feeling, and the demons that are attached to her, because I'm open because of the weed, they're not able to attack me. Because my shield's open. They're attacking me. They're able to attack me. They're able to get to me. And that's what happened. You get me? So I'm telling you, this is a video that's a bit all over the place, but I know it's not crazy all over the place. Like, if you watch it, then you'll clearly be able to see the pattern. I know that much. Maybe in other videos I need to write it down, make it a bit more structured, but this is just what I do on this improv thing. So yeah, found out that she was an agent, as well as the ex that she messaged from years ago, and she messaged the wrong ex. I found out that a lot of my exes have been agents sent by the enemy, by the powers that be, to keep me down. As is the same with a lot of chosen ones, light workers, star seeds. It's the same. We've been attacked. You get me? You know, they've sent partners our way purposely to keep us down. You get me? So it's all by design. So many things that at the time I'm like, why this? Why that? Why that? It's the reason. She was an agent, you know, and it's mad. But again, I'm glad that I went through what I went through, because it's opened my eyes to a lot of things. Another thing, as I said before, it's allowed me to get rid of that hate that I had for her. Another weird thing, actually, I'm just add this in. Hopefully the video is another 15 minutes. Another weird thing was this tapped guy that was living at her place, that would do all these these disgusting things, and he just didn't want peace. He was a bully. He bullied this elderly woman downstairs, yeah, and it's mad. Like, it took me, who don't even live there, to come there and shake things up and start to get the ball rolling on chatting to him and be like, listen, you better stop. You get me? A couple times I boxed him in his face. He tried to call police. Blessings, the police did nothing. Apart from this one time where, because this ex and him did not get along. He didn't get along with anyone. But anyway, I am in the room chilling. The ex has gone downstairs to talk to this elderly lady. The tap guy has come out and they're talking. Now, I got this urge, I got this sense that I need to go outside and see what happened. And so I didn't have shoes on. I went with my socks in the dirty hallway, like where everyone walks. Yeah, which I never do. But I felt I was sitting there and I just felt this urge, like, get up and see what's going on. Got up, I went to the stairs. They're arguing, which as long as it's a verbal thing, then I'm not getting involved. You get me? She can handle it herself, rare. It's a verbal thing. Go answer. Then she like started to push him and that. And then he raised his fist as if he was gonna box her and that. And I just went mad on him. I started punching him up. It went out in to the street, punch him up and that. Although he kept trying to come back for more, dodge it, boom, drop him. Then he'd walk away, come back for more, dodge, boom, drop him. It got to a point where my hand, which I've damaged because of previous fights, it was fucked. So I ended up picking up a bin just like to use it, you get me, just as self-defense at this point. At this point now, it's you keep coming back for more, I'm going to pick up this bin, and if you come again, I'm going to just mash up with it, innit? He didn't. He ended up calling police, obviously, because that's all he does. He's tapped anyway. I'm not going to get all deep into that. Call police. Police come. The police see him. He's a bit bloody and that. The police arrest me. As I'm there, arrested. My ex now, she's like on some thing of, yeah, you need to take them both away. And the way that she's moving and acting, I'm looking at her, I'm like, wait a minute, like, can't you... And I'm on a suspended sentence at this point. I'm on a suspended. If I get arrested and I get charged, I'm going straight to court. And if I go court and the judge says, yeah, I'm going to prison, my suspended gets activated. You get me? So this thing, like, if it wasn't for the suspended sentence, me getting arrested, I don't give a fuck about that. I've been arrested before, I don't care. Get me? You know? It's for a good cause. Someone got boxed up that deserved it. Straight up, I'll gladly go fucking get fucking arrested for that. But in my mind, I'm like, boy, like, I might get suspended, like, you know, I might end up going to prison for this, rare, like. And she's just there, just smiling, yeah, you know, take them both away. Like, I'm like she said nothing to me. She didn't say, oh, you know, oh, like, I'm sorry for this, or, you know, like, just stay strong, or nothing, just walk clean past me. And I'm like, it felt mad off, and I'm there outside, I've got the cuffs on me, I'm calm anyway, I was calm the whole time, I'm chill, like, I was calm, like, I'm good, you know, but I'm like, she's acting like, what? She's acting like it was part of the plan. She's acting like everything's all happy, like when her supposed man, who she knows has a suspended sentence, that if he's getting arrested right now, that could get activated, you know, she's not said nothing. She's walked clean past me. She's gone into the place. She said, oh, you know, we're going to take them both away. You know, if you're going to take him away as well. All of this, major red flag, like as if this was part of the plan, which I'm sure it was. Now that I think about it, it is get him to get arrested so we can get this suspended activated and he can go into prison. Because they know from when I go into prison, it's peak because of how I stay. You get me? If I went into prison, even though it was for 6 months, I know I'd get longer. Because the way I am, anyone tries anything and I'm going on a madness, like straight, like it'd get peak. You get me? And I'd end up getting longer time, or I might end up getting hurt. Like it would just get peak. You get me? So, and of course, if I'm in prison, I can't be out here helping people, just bringing good vibes, just helping people, just out on the street or whatnot, just being me. Get me? You know? Or I might go into prison and come out prison entirely different. You get me? Which, even if I went prison, that would never happen, because ain't nothing can break me. Yeah? I've been through the maddest, and I'm still here, still a idiot kid, still a big kid. When I need to be serious, I am. But apart from that, I still got my inner child. I still got the big kid in me. I still act like a bumbleclot idiot. And that's how I must stay all of my days. Serious when I need to be, and an idiot when I can be. You see what I'm saying? So that was another reason as to why I'm like, another red flag, which I thought about after. I'm like, yeah, man, like she was not who I thought she was at all. And again, like, that's mad how I got sucked in, all because she said, oh, I had a dream where, we were at a park and I was doing your hair and it was so nice. She knew who I was at my heart. She knew that I was a clean, good-natured person. You get me? So she knew that she could say certain things that, no, even though as I said, at the time when she first said that in November, I didn't care about that. I was like, whatever, I don't care. And the only reason why I did message her and did go to see her at the start was for linking purposes only. But as I said, got sucked in, and 56 minutes later, you've found out a lot of what's happened. Not the whole thing, because the video will be all 2 hours long, and it's long thing like that. I don't have to go into every detail. I just need to get the main points out, that this person, like a lot of my exes, are agents of darkness. We were sent to destroy me, sent to keep me down, sent to just keep me as a shell of my former self. Another thing, it's mad. Every time I would leave her place, my energy would come back. Like, I'd be all bubbly and thing. When I'm around her, my that bubbly energy that I've got, it's not there. It's just and my bubbly energy would be there, even if I'm not with her and I'm smoking weed, the bubbly energy would still be there. But so it's not even like the weed was the whole problem. It was her energy as well as the weed. And smoking weed, it opens you up, as I said before. And being around someone like her who is extremely negative and is suicidal, and she'd tell me that she thinks about committing suicide multiple times a day, being around such negative energy while smoking weed. So my shield, so I ain't got no shield, I'm just open, and I'm there, and I'm bonding with her and all of this thing, yeah. I'm taking in all of her stuff. You get me? On top of my own depression and all of this stuff. So yeah. So I'm just grateful that it got to the point where I was able to get to the point where I was able to cut off from her and start this transformation journey into the man I am, into the person I am, into the being I am, and that I will continue to elevate and evolve to be. So just not like, I don't care, like, I don't get chosen, not I don't care. Just, if you're just a good person, if you're just a good-hearted person, yeah, know the enemy knows this. They know this about you, yeah. So be vigilant, yeah, about people, about women, about men, that if you're a girl or whatever, like, that come into your life, yeah, there's there by design, and learn to be strong on your boundaries. Like, on like, if someone's negative, feel no way to be like, you know what, like, blessings and love to you, but I can't deal with you, or deal with them from a distance. Don't allow them to get close to you, because you can't allow these negative entities, these negative people that have demons and negative beings attached to them to now latch onto you. Because it's by design, it's by plan. That's what they want. Yeah. So as I said, with them, the best advice I could give: either cut them off completely and feel no way about it, yeah, or keep them at distance. Because this ex tried to make me feel like me choosing myself, me choosing to heal myself, me choosing to to go down a path which I feel is best for me. She tried to emotionally manipulate and guilt trip me into thinking that I'm giving up on her, and that I'm a bad person for that, and I even told this. I was like, listen, you're not a child, you know. You're responsible for your life. Like I can't, like, I'm here to help, but you're responsible for your life. You get me? Yeah. So I'm doing what is best for my life. That's all I can do. You get me? Like, she was moving too mad, too mad, too mad. You get me? But it's mad as well. The couple people that I would speak to about her, they would all say the same thing. They'd all say, yeah, leave, 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 leave. Yeah, she's what's wrong with her? Leave, leave, leave. And I just didn't listen. I was hard of hearing. And the reason why I made this video even today is because I've come across tarot channels which are saying things which are literally talking about this scenario. And I'm like, oh, see, so even the flipping even the team has been telling me, leave, 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 go. She ain't good for you. She's draining you. She's flipping agent. She's got demons attached to her. Leave, leave, leave. And I'm there hard of hearing because of my big heart. You get me? But again, I'm glad that I went through it because I've got a big heart and I'll always have that big heart. However, I now know how to move. You get me? So if someone ain't good for me, then they're not getting the big heart. You get me? Yeah. It's barred off. Get me? Only certain people can get the big heart. You get me? And others, they can't get it at all. You get me? Turn cold. Locked off. Access denied. You see me? So anyway, I'm done leaving the air. Look out for yourselves. Feel no way about cutting people off if they're not good for you. Learn to put yourself first, because if you're not good, you can't help other people. Yeah, you can't pour into someone else's cup if your cup's empty. You have to make sure your cup is full, so you're able to pour and help other people. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. If you're not good, you can't help other people. And even if you are not good and you're helping other people, you can help people a whole lot better if you get yourself good. So take the time out to make sure that you're good, so then you can help people even better than you already are. Yeah? Blessings, love to all the real ones, to all the pagans, to all the enemies. Yeah? Time's up. Time is hasta la vista, baby. Plans failed. Plan got destroyed. Plan got denied. Plan got corrupted. It didn't work. It was never going to work. Our side was always going to win. Our side has won. Our side's been winning. All of the battles that you lot fought that you won, it was by design. It was we allowed you lot to win the battles that you won. Yeah? So when it all comes crashing and blowing up in your face, it blows up in your face at the appropriate level that is deserved of your crimes. Right? And boy, trust me, the crime list is long, and you're gonna pay for every bumbleclot thing that you've all done. Yeah? And the good people are on top now. Yeah? So know that, you little idiots, yeah? Blessings and love to all the real ones. Much love, peace, blessings, all of that. I'm out. Long ass video, but I don't know if it's gonna upload, but fucking that.